Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you the website Mural. Before this week I had never ever heard of Mural, and today, up until the fire alarm going off and it kind of wrecking up my plan, I was actually going to use this in my lesson. It's a really cool website that allows you to create a whiteboard. And I'm sure, like most of us educators, we know the importance of a whiteboard in our classroom. Most of our lessons are all done using a whiteboard in some kind of fashion. So having a virtual whiteboard that goes anywhere that I go was pretty cool to find. So before I get into how it all works, I wanted to show you the pricing of this Mural. So it is free for the first 30 days, and then it actually becomes $12 a month. So it isn't free. However, I did find something once you get into the workspace. Educators can redeem something to potentially get more days for free. I didn't put my credit card in to figure that one out. So signing in is super easy to get into Mural. I already have an account created, but when I was creating that account, all they asked for was my email, and a password. So this right here is the very home screen of Mural. So once you're logged in, this is the very first thing that you see, and as you can look, I have a couple different murals or whiteboards. Each of them is kind of unique, and they're overall just pretty cool. So to create a new mural, you just have to hit create, and you get a whole bunch of different templates. At first, let's just figure out how to use this. So we're just going to create a blank mural. I'll create that, and here I have just a white space, just like a normal whiteboard that you might have in your classroom. If I zoom out, I can see how massive this whole thing is. Now, it's pretty awesome because you can share this, and you can invite all your classmates, your students, either by their names if they're already within Mural or their email address. You can also share the link to get them in. You can export the whole thing once you've created a mural, and you can also embed it. So how you create a space are all these lovely tools off to the side here. So the very first one that we'll look at is text. So if I really want, I can put a sticky note right on there, and I can expand that by dragging the blue arrow. I can say anything I want. And there I have my sticky note. I can move that freely. I can also have different sizes of sticky notes, different kind of looks to those sticky notes. If I want, I could choose different colors. If I want. So that's a cool way. You can also just go straight text and just put that into your whiteboard. So right now you're just kind of creating the space. And I'm just kind of panning just by clicking. It's pretty self-explanatory. So besides text, we also have some shapes. I can, if I really want to, grab these little circles, divide my space out. There's also a whole bunch of different icons, so if I want to drag in an icon here, I can also size it. Most of the time they show up pretty small because the whiteboard is quite large. I'm able to change the color of everything to really make it as unique as you want. Which is pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of different frameworks. If let's say that you want some kind of a grid that shows up on the whiteboard, you want all your kids to put a certain answer down into the square boxes, you're able to do so, which is like I said, pretty cool to do. They have as many pictures as you can think of. I am the ski and snowboard advisor, so let's look up snowboard. And they have tons and tons of pictures. Just drag that in there. Alright, so obviously this this whiteboard space isn't necessarily the best. So let's go back to the dashboard, and let's go to maybe another kind. So this one, all I've done is this is actually kind of like a template that you can use, but you can just put in some certain pictures. You can kind of just maybe have this as like a handout for the students, just looking at the different kind of color schemes that you might use for a poster. Obviously this one's looking at superheroes. Now, in my class, we do a lot of brainstorming. And originally, today, before the fire alarm went off, I was going to have my students actually start to brainstorm. So they just actually learned how to brainstorm. They know that mind mapping is a way of brainstorming. So what I'm able to do, if I have this all set up and I shared it with all the students are able to go onto Mural. Let me kind of get right here. Obviously I have the same username as the account that I'm currently on, but you can kind of see how if I move my mouse on a different computer, I can have my name pop up, and I can actually see most things that that other person is doing. And it's pretty much right in real time. So this is a great activity. I was originally going to have the main idea being a candy bar, and have all the students individually being able to go in and try to brainstorm a different kind of candy bar. So there's tons and tons of different ways that you can actually incorporate this into lessons. This specifically being for myself, how to do brainstorming. Others, if you're just trying to get a simple math problem, you can throw up some math problems onto the whiteboard here and have the students go into Mural and obviously just start to click away. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have some of the students actually be able to use this in class and see how this all goes. So thanks for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. This is a really awesome web tool, and I plan on using this hopefully for the next 30 days. So thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed.